This show deals with the 9 to 5, the late night, and the graveyard shift that all you people do just to have a roof over your head. Even though I'll talk about something serious, it's meant to be entertaining, and I hope you think so. So let's get to it. Tonight's first topic is Gen Z giving up on work? In an article on Newsweek.com by Suzanne Blake, 6 in 10 employers have already fired college graduates who were hired in 2024, and 1 in 7 might refrain from hiring college graduates in 2025. This information came from a survey of responses from nearly 1,000 business leaders who revealed a strong skepticism from companies about how worthwhile Gen Zers are as employees. The survey also said 1 in 6 businesses are hesitant to hire recent college graduates over concerns about how prepared they are for the workforce, as well as their communication skills and professionalism. The rest of the article talked about how a lot of this probably isn't Gen Z's fault, because many companies are asking for skills that the education system is not providing. And when graduates fall short, companies just fire them instead of providing training. I continued to read other articles where companies were surveyed, and overall, these are the comments that I kept seeing. Not willing to work extra hours, not willing to work when scheduled, not prepared for the work world when talking about Gen Zers. Well, I know for most things, dealing with companies and corporate mentality, they never want to dig too deep for a solution unless it somehow benefits them. But after reading this, I wanted to know how the perceptions of Gen Z that they aren't worth the time and lazy all started. So I went to the Gen Z center of the universe, TikTok. A girl, that ginger 4567, created a thread talking about why Gen Z is so lazy, which popped up on my Google search while looking for articles to research. This post created 14,000 responses, not only in this country, but in other parts of the world. I didn't go through all 14,000, but I felt like I did. I was blown away by the number of responses by this simple thread. These are the common themes that kept popping up. This is the main response from all the Gen Z people. I work 40 plus hours every week, and by the time I pay for rent, food, and all the other bullshit, I have nothing left. Other generations on that same thread would pipe in saying, "Oh, bulk up, buttercup. It was the same when we were in our 20s. But was it? When I come back, I'm going to talk about the source of Gen Z's frustrations. We all know how housing costs have skyrocketed, including rent, and inflation is clobbering everyone. But to me, I think the minimum wage is the main issue. The minimum wage in 1975 was $2.10. And as of January 1st, 2024, the minimum wage is $7.25 per hour in most states. A dollar in 1975 is equivalent in a purchasing power of $5.87 in today's dollars, an increase of $4.87 over 49 years. A dollar today only buys you 17% of what it could buy back then, according to the Consumer Price Index calculator, comparing today's dollars as of 2024 with 1975. It's easy to see a gap here. A dollar today buys you less than a fifth of what it did in 1975. This means to match today's buying power that the minimum wage had in 1975, the minimum wage today should be at least $10.50 per hour in all states. So the conclusion I came to here is this. To begin with, it's hard to measure any of this because the minimum wage hasn't kept up with the rate of inflation. And not being a math person, I broke this down differently. How many hours in 1975 would you have to work to afford the simple things in life? A can of Coke. Have a Coke and a smile. A six-pack of Budweiser. A Yankees game. And how many hours would you have to work almost 50 years later for those same things? And how many hours would you have to work for the necessary things? A house, rent, a Ford F-150 pickup truck. If you're curious, I have included the research for all these prices on these items that I found from 1975 and today. I posted them on my Facebook author site, Scott Swear-author. In 1975, you would have had to work roughly 10 minutes to afford a can of Coca-Cola. And with today's prices, it works out to be 11 minutes. Not bad. It would have taken an hour and a quarter in 75 to afford a six-pack of Budweiser. And today, it would still be an hour and a quarter. Thank you, Budweiser. In 1975, you'd have to work roughly 17 minutes to afford a gallon of gas. And now a person with today's prices would have to work 28 minutes. Just hide in the restroom an extra 8 minutes to pay for the gas. But here's where things start to significantly change. In 1975, you had had to work a little less than 45 minutes to afford a Yankees game. And now it'll take you an hour and a half to go. You'd have had to work just over 1,900 hours in 75 for a Ford F-150. And today it's almost 5,400 hours to afford that same F-150. And this next one is probably the most significant of all, rent. In 1975, you'd had to work roughly 100 hours to afford rent on an average two-bedroom apartment. And today, you'll have to work 180 hours to afford rent on that two-bedroom apartment. Now, we won't even go into how many hours you'd have to work to pay for a house, which is mad crazy. But let's do it. An average house in 1975 would cost you $38,900. And if you make $2.10 an hour, it works out to about 18,523 hours. And since there's 1,920 working hours in a year, it would have taken you 20 years to buy a house on minimum wage in 1975. Of course, that doesn't include food, clothing, electricity, and other stuff. But if you're willing to live naked in the dark and dig through your neighbor's trash can for food, this could have worked in 1975. You know, be a hippie. Or since there's 8,760 hours in a year, this means it would have taken just 2 years to pay for that house. Now realize that means you'd be working 2 years straight without sleeping, taking time off, eating, using the can. But you'd still be allowed to breathe. I don't think that was even possible in 1975. Now let's try that today. The minimum wage is currently $7.25 in most states. And an average house is going to cost you around $441,000, which works out to be $60,800 827 hours. And if you divide that by the number of working hours in a year, 1,920, you'll get close to 32 years. That means you'd have to live naked in the dark for 32 years instead of 20. But if you're proud of your body, maybe you should go ahead and buy a house today. Now, if you want to work straight through without sleeping, eating, and restroom breaks, it'll take you 7 years to buy a house today on minimum wage. I don't think I can hold it that long. In conclusion, first I'd like to say that I hope most of you are making well above minimum wage. I basically use this as a measuring stick of buying power, comparing this generation with past ones. Maybe this will hit people from other generations so they realize that they did have it easier, and maybe they'll understand more why Gen Z is bitching about work all the time. And when I come back from a break, I'm going to talk about things that the politicians never talk about. Possible solutions. The things I noticed on this huge TikTok thread were people blaming politicians on both sides, greedy corporations, past generations for not helping the next ones, colleges for being greedy, Gen Z for not trying hard enough, and past generations for not giving a shit. That's fine, people can vent and bitch, but none of that in the end solves anything. The main point is that Gen Z doesn't see the same pathway to a reward system that other generations did. And while other generations might say things to put Gen Z down by saying they're soft and coddled, none of that will matter if they decide to quit on our system. And by all the posts I've seen from other countries, this is not only America's problem. This TikTok thread had many responses from Gen Zers all over the world. While companies say that Gen Z is unhireable and continue to down this generation, think about this. Do we want an 80-year-old grandma at the controls of a nuclear reactor? Or how about a 90-year-old man driving a big rig that's inches off your ass? While we have Gen Z, X, Boomers, and Millennials all pointing fingers at each other, can't we do some of the things that might bring hope to this generation that's going to have to care for this planet and those of us older generations that are going to need someone to wipe the drool off our chins? The biggest gripe I've seen is about housing. People that have 10 roommates and still can't afford to live. Or the dream that will never happen for Gen Z in their eyes, home ownership. Do we have people in power now that can make this easier? Who knows? But this is something that we all need to talk about immediately and for the future. Next on a gripe list is the wage needed to be able to afford a home and all the other necessities. Are companies all of a sudden going to raise wages overnight? Obviously not. Do we have the people in power to raise the minimum wage? Who knows? But it's obvious we need to raise the floor so people can afford to live. I guess the conclusion I'm trying to make here is that we have to look at why Gen Z might be pissed off about work. And we should see what we can do to give them an opportunity to have the little house with the white picket fence that we all want. And since I'm Generation X and you're getting really old and decrepit too, I want to make sure someone's going to wipe the drool off my chin and change my adult diapers when that time comes. I guess I consider this the public service part of my show because I don't want you people to be late for work. And I don't want you to be unemployed and miserable because you're late for work. According to careeraddict.com, these are the 5 things you should do if you're running late to avoid problems from your boss. Number 1, inform your boss right away. Text, phone, whatever you do, inform your boss ahead of time so they can cover for your absence. This will also minimize the tension caused by your lateness. Avoid telling an elaborate lie. If you lie about a severe illness in the family or your car breaking down, your boss might question you about it. They might even follow up with questions later. And if you forget the details, you'll give yourself away. Number 3, compose yourself before driving. You're probably anxious about arriving late to work, especially if you don't have an understanding boss. Take some deep breaths and remind yourself that this isn't the end of the world. And don't speed. Number 4, apologize when you arrive. The first thing you'd want to do is apologize to your colleagues and manager, especially if someone had to fill in for you. Be sincere, make eye contact with your coworkers, keep apologies short, and get to work right away. Number 5, avoid being late again. Your boss doesn't know why you were late, but you do. So create a plan so it doesn't happen again. These are some nice things to do when you're late so the other people at your job don't think you're a complete jackass. When I come back from a break, I'm going to tell you the things not to do if you're running late. But if you are the jackass at your workplace and you're not concerned about getting shit canned, these might be some fun ideas for you. Have you noticed the jackass at work doesn't know they're the jackass? That's why they're the jackass.
Is it cheese? Is it fish? Who the hell knows what it is? Go worker smells. Is it cheese? Is it fish? Who the hell knows what it is? Who the hell knows what it is? Who the hell knows what it is?
This is where I have to put my disclaimer. The things I'm about to tell you are for comedy purposes only. And if you do these things, you probably should be fired. The first thing you should try to do when you're late is cover up your absence. Well, Scott, you say, how in the hell am I going to do this? Easy. You need a work buddy to cover up for you. You and his friend at work should have a bond thicker than blood because it's their ass on the line as well as yours. This friend should be willing to take a bullet for you, and you should return the favor. Now, if you have some sort of time clock at the place you're working at, that friend should be entering your code right now. But if you work in an office environment where you don't have to punch in and you know the boss is going to your friend immediately asking where you're at, your friend should have these excuses on standby. Number 1 excuse, you checked your email and had to go to HR to clear up stuff about your benefits. The friend should immediately notify you that you have used the HR excuse once you sneak into work. Only use the HR excuse once every 6 months. The friend tells the boss you have diarrhea. That's excuse number 2. I guarantee the boss is not going to check the restroom to find out if you have diarrhea. Remember, acting ill is not necessary for this excuse because no one wants to talk about diarrhea. Only use the diarrhea excuse twice a year because if you use it too frequently, your boss might suggest going to a doctor. And the great thing about using this excuse is the boss will think you're a superhero for sticking out the day with diarrhea. The number 3 excuse. Now, this might be my favorite. The friend tells the boss that security called you and that someone set off your car alarm, so you went out to check it. This places you back in a parking lot, so when you arrive late walking in from the parking lot, it's no big deal. This excuse can be used more times than the diarrhea excuse or the one about HR, but don't use more than once every 2 months. And since 25% of people are late for work because of traffic, we should talk about how you should be driving if you're late. The race is on, Mario. Now, when I say Mario, it can mean Mario Andretti for you race fans, or Mario Brothers when referring to Mario Kart. So, when I come back from a break, let's talk about how you should drive if you're late. Well, how much do you like your job? If you love your job, and if you've already been late a few times and you're on your boss's radar, you'll need to drive with an edge, which I'll explain later. But if you hate your job and you're already running late and don't give two shits, stop at McDonald's, get coffee and a McGriddle. Screw it. Why not? You're already late. What's another 10 minutes at the drive-thru?
You go worker smells. Is it cheese? Is it fish? Who the hell knows what it is? Go worker smells. Is it cheese? Is it fish? Who the hell knows what it is? Who the hell knows what it is? Who the hell knows what it is?
Let me talk about the edge you should have to make it work fast. This advice can also work for delivery and truck drivers. First, realize once you get behind the wheel, you have no time to urinate. So look around for something to pee in while driving. A cup, a Ziploc bag, anything. You should avoid peeing on the floor of your car at all costs. You'll never get the smell out. Now, if you're chronically late, adult diapers should be an option for you. I haven't talked about number 2 for a good reason, because I don't want to, and dropping a deuce while driving seems way too complicated. Second, you're going to have to drive a hell of a lot faster, but anticipate traffic ahead of you so you don't get stuck behind some poke ass. Remember, it's not necessary to be courteous when you're late for work, so forget all that bullshit. You know, like letting people in front of you to merge and all that crap. Pretty much act like you're going to the hospital and have that excuse ready if a cop pulls you over. And here's an excellent tip. If you see someone speeding past, driving like a jackass, probably because they're late too, get in behind them and let them clear a path for you. This is the final tip. If you're going to put your car through the paces and drive like you stole it to get to work, make sure it can handle it. You don't want to be late and have a blown or overheating engine too. A better choice might be to call a rideshare company and tell the driver you'll give them a $100 tip if they get you to work on time. Believe me, these people drive dirty every day. And if you offer them $100 to get you there, your ass is going to be plastered against the back seat. And you'll be watching cars flash by at light speed. And if this doesn't happen, obviously, don't give them the big ass tip. Unfortunately, the driving advice I just gave you probably won't work because every other jackass driving to work in the morning is pretty much late already, and all of them are driving like psychos just like you. So you're going to be late. But my advice about finding something to pee in is still relevant to this conversation. So my parting advice would be to find someone to lie for you at work because morning traffic is bullshit. Just be sure to have your story straight with the boss so you don't get caught. And don't pee on the floor of your car. Use Starbucks cup from yesterday. All right, everybody, this is the end of the show. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Now for some cool closing music. The sound effects for today's show were supplied by Pixabay.com.